Have you ever wondered how a pineapple grows? I always used to think it grew on a tree. I grew up in a much cooler climate than I live now. This is where pineapples grow, on a bromeliad. Hi, I'm Morag from our Permaculture Life and the Permaculture Education Institute. And here in my garden, I'm with one of my pineapples today. Now this pineapple plant is a bromeliad, like I said. And bromeliads are an ancient plant. They've been around for 70 million years. So bromeliads, not necessarily the pineapple, but bromeliads in this family, they were around at the same time as the dinosaurs. So it's kind of a really remarkable plant, this. And the pineapple itself is a really extraordinary thing. When you look closely and when you see it flowering, each one of the scales of a pineapple is actually where a flower was coming out. And they've just kind of finished flowering now, but they're the most incredible magenta colour as they come out. So a pineapple is actually a cluster of fruits rather than one fruit in and of itself. And you only get one pineapple off this sort of, it gets to about 1 metre by 1 metre, and it takes a really long time. So if you grow a pineapple from the tops that you can collect off the top of the pineapples from the store, it's probably going to take you about 2 years to get a pineapple. If you can get a slip off the bottom if you're in a warmer climate, then it may take you 18 months. But either way, you're looking at a long time. But they are the most incredibly simple plants to grow if you live in a warm and sunny environment. You can grow them pretty much anywhere around the world. They have a small root ball, so that means you can grow them in pots really easily, but you won't really get fantastic fruit. You'll have an amazing bromeliad, but not really great fruit. So this is one fruit-wise for people who live in warmer climates. Now, it really is very simple because they're not very fussy at all. All that they want is to make sure that they have like free-draining roots, and then they get good access to sun and warmth. Apart from that, they're really a very robust and problem-free plant. Now, all you need to do is, when you've gone to get one started, if you don't have one already, is when you next buy a pineapple, collect the top and just break it off and leave it so it's cured a bit for a few days until it's dried off. And then you just start to peel off these leaves here. Let me see. Peel off the leaves until you start to see there's like a little bit of a stalk. And when you look closely, I don't know if you can see that from there, you can start to, here's a little bit. You can start to see there's some little roots coming out of here. So all you need to do is to plant that in the ground somewhere. I tend to plant them spaced out, at least 1 metre apart. I put them in and around underneath fruit trees and dot them around the garden in places where I'm not going to walk past too much because they're kind of a bit spiky and not a great thing to have on a path edge. So I've sort of tucked them back up here in a food forest section. But then you just plug it in, mulch around it heavily, maybe give it a bit of a good water to start, and then you can just walk away and leave it. It will just keep growing. And then after about 18 months, you'll start to get the flower coming up. There's another 6 months or so until this pineapple is ready to eat. It really makes you value, next time you go and buy a pineapple, could really value the length of time it takes to actually grow that one fruit. The other thing that I wanted to let you know too is that all of the plant too, you can, not the leaves, but all of the fruit you can eat. So even the scaly outside, you can toss that through a juicer as well as the inside. So you don't need to peel it off. There's a lot of juice and valuable nutrients in the skin as well. You can make your own vinegar from the pineapple skins. So very much like the apple cider vinegar that I talked about the other day. You can also dry the skins and add them to a tea with something like or even use it fresh, something like a lemongrass and a rosella, like the red hibiscus. So that makes a beautiful tea because the flavour is still in the skin as well. So there's a lot of very interesting things you can do in the kitchen with pineapple flesh itself, and there's so many recipes for that, from raw to savouries to sweets, lots of things. And also from a perspective of from your body, one of the things you can do actually with the skins again is after you've sort of peeled it off, the inside of the skin you can rub on your heels as a way to, if you've got like really rough heels from maybe being out in the garden or walking bare feet a lot, it can help to kind of soften the skin on the back of your heels. So lots of different things you can do with a pineapple, and like I said, really simple to get them going. Find a spot in the back corner where there's not much happening, or it's a pretty dry spot, maybe on the edge of a rockery somewhere. Find a spot where you can put them and leave them for 2 years until they grow, and come back and really appreciate the beauty of this forming pineapple, the amazing colours and form that they have. So if you are in a tropical or a subtropical environment, I really encourage you to get them out in the garden. Or if you're in a temperate, maybe you can enjoy them in a pot or in a conservatory, somewhere where you can make a nice little warm spot. Make a good indoor plant as well. So thanks for joining me. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow, live at 5 in my garden. And don't forget to check out all the resources that I got below about how to set up a permaculture garden, and also to find out a little bit more about how to weave permaculture into your life and livelihood in my 4-part permaculture series. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.